Alright guys, welcome to the next episode in this little series we got going on. Today we're going to talk about why we chose the Caravan and why we chose the Navara.
Yeah.
Pop a bottle, about to make it rain. Let me give you something now to celebrate. Come on.
So Amy, why did we choose the Navara?
So the Navara was my daily runaround. I purchased it when I was a second year apprentice, and yeah, it was just my daily runaround while I was an apprentice through my apprenticeship. And then it was just kept on going. When I became a tradie, I joined a company which had a company car, so it had a little bit of a rest. It wasn't needed as much, but still use it on the weekends and after work.
Talk about how you rode it off.
And then in my fourth year, when I was working at a tunnel in Brisbane, there was a massive hailstorm came through, and we could see it hailing from the tunnel, and went up and to the car after work, and there was hail damage all on the roof and the bonnet. So from there, the insurance company wrote it off, so it was never fully comp anymore. They wrote it off as fully comp, and then I had the option to buy it back, and it would only ever be insured as third party. So yeah, it sort of owes us nothing, and yeah. Yeah,
because how much you buy it back for?
So they wrote it off for six or seven, and I bought it back for one or two. So yeah.
So realistically, the Navara right now is only worth $2,000, let's say.
Yeah.
So it's worth more in parts than it is anything else.
Yeah, because Kurt was looking. We weren't originally going to take the Navara. You were looking.
Yeah, I was going for the Ford Ranger 2010-ish models, or the BT50s, just for a bit of an upgrade for myself. But when I started looking into this Navara, I was just like, I looked up the details and it can tow 3 ton. I was just like, whoa. Yeah. Didn't expect a Nav to tow 3 ton. But yeah, it says it can do it perfectly fine. So.
And it's diesel. Always been a fan of diesel.
Diesel, and it's bloody fuel efficient. Towing, we get between 17 to 18 litres per 100k. So that's bloody good for a tow vehicle.
And 2 years on, it's still going. So.
I don't know how the thing's still going. It's been going for 2 years, and I don't know how the bloody thing's still going. I'm surprised. Originally, I thought the chassis would snap in half, because that's what these Navaras are renowned to doing, but the thing hasn't snapped in half. The engine's still going. The engine hasn't blown up on itself. We're thinking it could be the second engine, not the original engine, because it should have blown up by now, and it hasn't.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in its previous life before I owned it. So
when I got under it when she first showed me the nav looked like a mess. There was mud in the chassis. It wasn't really a car that I would have recommended to buy. But knowing what I know now, it's bloody surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah, it just ticked all our boxes too. Like, we wanted dual cab, so we could put Rusty in the back.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Dual cab.
Yeah, we wanted to obviously tray, so we put the canopy on. So it just ticked all the boxes, and we thought we'd be stupid not to. I mean, yeah. We talked about in our budget video how we had a sort of kitty if something went wrong with the car, but we haven't needed to buy another car.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Bloody survived.
Yeah.
Another point as well, 2-wheel drive versus 4-wheel drive. If you're doing a lap of Australia, you need a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
You can do it in 2-wheel drive, but you miss out on some of the best places in Australia. So just get a 4-wheel drive. Yeah, they're a bit more expensive, but bloody hell, it's worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I just wanted to elaborate on that, because that's a big point when people are looking at these cars. Touching on the car real quick, yeah, it can tow 3 ton, but there's no way I would put 3 ton behind this nav. So looking at towing limits and all that, don't see 3 ton and go, yes, I'm going to buy a van that's going to be 3 ton. Always give yourself that little bit of play, because you never know what will happen. You know, you might someday put more in the van or put more in the car and stuff like that. So yeah, just be careful with them high-end figures.
Why the Caravan?
Jeez, this is a big one.
Yeah. Well, we had a list of what we wanted. We knew we wanted a Caravan. We wanted a Caravan. We should touch on why we wanted a Caravan first.
Yeah. Why did we pick a Caravan?
Yeah. We wanted a Caravan because we knew we'd be on the road for 18 months plus. So we knew we wanted a home, something a bit more cozy than a tent or a swag or a camper trailer, just something that we could just pull off, set up in 10 minutes and we're set.
Another reason we got the caravan was safety. Safety for us and safety for Rusty. Safety for us, you know, once that door's shut, someone's really got to really be smashing into it to get to us. And as well, all of our stuff, all of our possessions and stuff are safe. We have never had an issue with security in the caravan, so we love that. For Rusty, we don't like leaving Rusty outside chained up. There's nothing wrong with that, but for us, we've heard stories of people doing it, and the poor dogs have unfortunately passed away from snake bites and stuff like that.
Or attacked by dingoes.
Or yeah, attacked by wildlife. Pretty much, yeah, attacked by wildlife, that's it. And subject to extreme elements of extreme colds and heat, so for our comfort and hers, we'd rather her being inside with us. So she's just a mini child, that's how we see it.
Yeah, she likes her luxuries.
Yeah, bloody spoiled princess.
Another reason is we knew we were going to probably pick up some work along the way, so we wanted to have our own accommodation, like our home, so we could have that to offer. We just thought it'd be good to have a caravan, so if we were working, we got some place to come home to, out of the elements, out of the weather, and it's got all the creature comforts inside it that we love.
Yeah, especially on the station, it came really handy.
Yeah.
Because there was some, they got station dogs on the station, so it was good that we could isolate Rusty from them every now and then if we needed to.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was, the accommodation in the caravan was a little bit better than the accommodation on the station. And if you work on a station, you'll know what we're talking about.
So you're probably thinking, why the caramel? Like, these guys must know what they're doing. We had no clue what caravan we were going to get or what brand. We simply just had a list of things we wanted in a caravan, and then we just started looking around from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had absolutely no idea what we were doing.
First caravan, we'd never bought a caravan. My parents don't have a caravan.
My parents hate towing, and they've never had a caravan.
Yeah, so we were just winging it.
We were clueless.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like Amy said, we had a checklist, and
what was on the checklist? Can you remember?
What was on the checklist? It had to be tandem for safety. It had to be an off-roader, obviously. It had to be a pop-top because of off-road reasons. We wanted to get in places and not be restricted by the high top. Also with the pop-top, it's better economy on towing as well. And to touch on that, when I'm towing this thing, sometimes I don't even think I'm towing it. It's crazy. And what else? We got the tapered rear end. That kind of wasn't in it, but it definitely should be included because that has helped a hell of a lot at rear end.
Ensuite, I was a princess.
Toilet and shower.
I was a princess, and I thought if I'm going to do this for 18 months, I want a toilet and shower. I've done the camping, you know, peeing in a bush, digging your hole, that sort of stuff. So one of my requirements was a toilet and shower.
Yeah, I've definitely come around to that idea as well. Like, there's nothing worse than in the middle of the night you have to go outside and go to the toilet, or you know, you're in the middle of a caravan park and you have to go to the caravan park toilets with everyone watching you while you're in your jammies and stuff like that. I know it's stupid, but it is pretty luxurious when you think about it in that respect. So, and
it's opened up camping a bit more because we can stay in like self-contained spots,
self-contained camps.
Yeah, so it's sort of helped in that respect as well. We can stay in those RV friendly spots.
Yeah.
So after we knew we wanted a caravan and we had our little checklist, we started looking around online, going to caravan dealerships on the weekend, sort of to, you know, just sussing out what was out there.
Jesus, what is out there? Wow. There are some shocking second-hand caravans out there. We saw a couple. There was one where the toilet, it had just been made out of silicone. It must have leaked like a sieve, you know. It was crazy. And the weight, it would look so heavy as well, that same caravan. And that was, I think that was a Supreme caravan we looked at.
Yeah.
It looked beefy from the outside, but yeah, nah.
A lot of the ones we were looking at were quite heavy, and that was a sore to turn off.
Yeah, like the Jayco Discovery Outback bloody thing.
Yep.
That thing, the equivalent to this was like 2.6 ton or something like that, and this is only like 2.2 or 2 ton, you know. So even the new Jaycos were bloody heavy. I mean, yeah, it got more water and stuff like that, but yeah, we looked at the Jaycos, we looked at Goldstream.
Golf.
The Golf we really wanted. Well, I really wanted the Golf. It was only single tandem, but that thing looks wicked. You know, you got the outdoor kitchen and all that.
We looked at.
And it's small as well.
MDCs.
MDCs, we were so close with them as well, but we knew the whole made in China, imported over here. For a caravan, it was just a bit too risky because we knew we were going on these extreme roads, and if that thing was weak in any way possible, it just would have fell apart. Yeah. So we pulled the pin on the MDC as well.
And then when we found this guy, we had never even heard of Caramel.
Never heard of Caramel.
No. So how did we find it, Kurt?
We went to a private dealership.
It had just been traded in, so it wasn't even cleaned. It was someone had just come and traded it in for whatever reason. I seen it, I dragged Kurt into it, and I said, look at this one, what about this? Yeah.
And yeah, we after night about it for a couple of weeks. We weren't 100% sure on it.
Did some research.
But yeah, the more we researched on it, the better it became. And
then it just ticked all our boxes. The only box it didn't tick was it was slightly out of our price range. We had a target of 25k, that's the max we want to spend on a caravan. And this
on a second-hand caravan.
On a second-hand caravan, and this one was advertised for 30k. So Kurt will tell the story on how it came to be ours.
So we bought it from a dealership, and I walked around it, and there was a lot of things that I didn't like maintenance-wise, like the baffle and the stuff in the gas, and the battery was completely dead, and
there was rocks. It was messy.
Rocks and stuff like that. So it looked like it's never been touched since it was bought out. So I have the expectation that I'm gonna have to replace everything that's gonna be worn, like the absorbers that pop the roof up and stuff like that. You know, so I expected a lot of money to be spent there. So that's how I haggled them down. And I haggled them down. We paid 27 grand for it.
Yeah, we haggled them to 27.
Yeah, so
that's how much we paid for our caravan.
And yeah, so we haggled them down to that. I mean, realistically, we're happy with that. Yeah. Like, the caravan's beautiful.
Yeah.
I did spend, the gas tanks, we got 2 gas tanks, 9-litre one, 8.5 litres, and they were both the originals, 2005 ones, and gas tanks only last 10 years before they got to be re-stamped. So I don't know how that passed any safety bloody thing that a dealership would have to do. I thought that would have to be like a number one thing, you know.
Anyways, we don't want to whinge.
Anyway.
We don't want to whinge.
I'm not whinging, but like it's a serious safety concern. Yeah. It needs to be tagged.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
yeah, that's it, really.
That's how we got the caravan.
Yeah.
And then from there, we just started modifying it a little bit.
Yeah.
I changed up the interior,
put some uplights in it.
Yeah, changed the lighting, obviously. Yeah. Just did some minor mods to get it ready for our big lap.
Yeah, it probably only cost us like $1,000 or maybe $2 just to get it the way we wanted.
Yeah.
Like restore everything and all that. So yeah, it was good.
It's definitely worth it. I don't know how we fluked it, but yeah, we think we've got the best off-road caravan.
Yeah, crazy for the price.
Yeah, for the price.
The best off-road caravan. Yeah. So there's a lot of talk about towing a caravan, towing something big, and just using your car, for example. A lot of people get scared because it is a scary thing when you got something so heavy behind the car, and then you got wind gusts and stuff like that. So,
and it's just a whole nother ball game when you pull into spots, when you turn in a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just changes. Obviously, it's completely different to just having a car.
You've got to walk tracks to make sure you can turn the caravan around, or you can reverse, you know?
Yeah.
We haven't really gotten anywhere where we've been in a situation where we've had to freak out and do some crazy stuff to get out, because we don't put ourselves in that situation.
Yeah.
We always look, see if it's doable. If it's not doable, we don't do it, and we find another camp spot nearby.
Yeah, I think definitely though, your confidence in towing,
Yeah. I mean, if you're not confident in towing, there's so many courses out there, and I think dealerships now, they they require a towing training course behind you before they will sell you the caravan, because there's too many people going out there buying a caravan, never towing at all in their life, and then off they go on the open road, and then they end up rolling it or smashing into something. And yeah, so there's always ways of getting through it, you know. And if you don't like towing, well, yeah, you just don't tow, really.
Yeah, you just don't tow, but
There's plenty of other setups out there.
yeah, but for us, Kurt's confident tower. He's towed bike trailers,
Yep.
all sorts of trailers through his life. For me personally, I used to volunteer for the Coast Guard, and I've towed boats, like launching and retrieving them in the boat ramps and driving them around the town. So I'm not saying I'm the confidence tower, but if something happened to Kurt, I can happily tow that thing. Like, yeah, I
And
wouldn't
you have
freak out.
done.
Yeah, and I have done, like just on long drives. Kurt needs a rest, or
Yeah.
so I think that's a big thing. Like, you need to be semi-confident if you're going to get a caravan and towing. And obviously, not saying, you know, we're talking ourselves up, but confidence is a big thing, especially when you're going off-road, knowing your capabilities, your limitations as well, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that about pretty much wraps this little episode up, to be honest.
Yeah.
We touched on as much as we can. Like I said, if you got any questions or comments, just leave it in the comment section below and we'll answer them.
Yeah, hopefully, you know, giving you a bit of an insight on why we chose the Navara and why the Coromel Caravan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got plenty more of these to come, hopefully.
Yeah, we've got a few
videos
more
like
mini
this.
episodes up our sleeves, so stay tuned, and thanks for watching, and
Awesome. Cheers, guys.
have a good night.
The thing's still going. Yeah. This will go on the bloopers.
That's this truck.
Part of the campsite, babe.
The next headline.
Woo!